Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Now, let's get into the video. Justin Bieber has had many tumultuous relationships in his life, and it seems like that is still the case after getting married. In this video, we are taking a look at the dark truth of Justin and Hailey Bieber's marriage. Number 5. Facing depression. One of the most common ways of thinking in this world is that celebrities are some of the happiest people on earth due to the amount of money and influence they have. While that can be true to an extent, that is almost always a narrow way of looking at things. One person that is a perfect example of imperfection is Justin Bieber. He is by far one of the most famous people on the planet, but he has had his bad days. He once posted on his social media about how he was feeling depressed about his life. In an Instagram story, he noted that he was going through one of the most challenging seasons of his life. To put this into context, he is married to one of the most beautiful models in the world, and he still has these kinds of thoughts. So you see, even someone as rich and content as Justin can have his bad days. He has credited many people for helping him along the way. So let's talk about one of them, shall we?
If you don't want to compromise, don't get married.
Number 4. Hailey improved Justin's life. Lately, Justin Bieber has been very forthcoming about his inner thoughts. While he was opening up, he said many things that came as a shock to some of his fans. He opened up about his experiences with illegal substances and even admitted to taking advantage of his relationships. He said a lot of things in that post that resonated with people, and among the many people he thanked for turning his life around was Hailey Bieber, his wife. He mentioned in an interview with Vogue that while he was always wanting to be happy and wanting people to love him, his wife was far more logical than him. He noted the fact that in the business he was in, he faced a lot of uncertainty, but that getting married had made him certain of one thing, which was Hailey Bieber. This was such a heartwarming thing for him to admit, and shows his relationship with Hailey in a new light. Number 3. Initial friendship. There is a very common theme in fictional works of art where two people who have known each other since they were very little fall in love after growing up. Well, as it turns out, this is exactly the story of Justin Bieber's life. He first met Hailey all the way back in 2009, and it was due to the efforts of her father and his mother that the two of them were able to interact. After that, Hailey and Justin continued to remain friends and nothing more. During that time, Justin dated some women and Hailey stood by and watched, but her patience in this matter was rewarded greatly, and the two began dating in 2016. But as the two of them came to know, it wasn't as easy as they would have thought it was going to be.
This is my daughter Hailey, the third song.
Number 2. Getting married. After dating for a little while, the two of them actually broke things off with one another. There were many reasons behind that decision, but in the end, it just wasn't the right time for the two of them. Luckily for them, they rekindled their love for one another, and in September of 2018, the two of them got married in a public courthouse. This might seem a bit unglamorous for two people with boatloads of money, which is exactly why they had a huge event after their initial private wedding. This huge ceremony took place in September of 2019, and it was an event for the ages. No expense was spared, and the whole wedding was filmed as well. But as great as that might have seemed, Justin still had his doubts before marrying Hailey. Number 1. Committing to one person. While it might seem like Justin is a nonchalant kind of guy, apparently he was quite serious when considering his marriage to Hailey. He said in an interview with Ellen that he was extremely nervous about remaining faithful to Hailey during the course of their marriage. Interestingly, among the many worries that he had, Hailey potentially saying no wasn't one of them. He said that he was very doubtful about whether or not he could remain committed to his marriage. In the end, he said that since getting married was what he had wanted for a long time, he decided to make the decision and follow through. These were some of the dark truths about Justin and Hailey's marriage. It has been a few years since the two tied the knot, so there is hope that their relationship can stand the test of time. That brings us to the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. If you enjoyed the content, then do leave a like. So until next time, take care and goodbye.